down on the gate.
Very exciting.
They're all looking out for Lenny Henry, who's not arrived yet. He was meant to have been here about, what, 5 minutes ago?
You can't fool me, look.
Well, they haven't seen him anywhere.
Hello?
I don't care. Dawn! Listen to Dawn!
Who? Dawn who?
Dawn, this is the end! Dawn!
Dawn.
Get too close to me like this!
It's
Dawn!
Dawn!
Dawn?
Pick up the phone!
Dawn!
Yes,
Hello?
yes. Okay, I'll sleep in the bathroom.
Who
I
is
don't
it?
care! Dawn!
Don, it's Don. Don Juan.
Don Juan?
Don asking me who it is, huh?
Mike?
Who's that? Lenny!
I'm sorry we had a cross line. Sorry, hi.
Is that you?
Yes, I've got a very happy marriage. Yes, Mike. Hi.
Why isn't he
Hey,
here? Ask him why he's not
how
here.
are you?
Just having a few problems at home, that's all. Nothing the kiddies need to know about.
Whereabouts are you?
Well, just having a bit of conversation with my wife. Nothing to panic about.
I've asked him where he is, but he doesn't know.
No, you can't have all the money. Sorry.
How?
I'll be with you in a second, all right?
Yeah, how long are you going to be?
Seconds. Dawn! Have to go now. Dawn, put that knife down.
Lenny, where are you? It's very important you tell us where you are. Hello?
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh.
Lenny Henry, come on down!
Oh,
Yes,
you
folks.
are such
Domestic
a
bliss
wagger.
really does reign in the Henry household.
What?
I was upstairs all the time.
Oh, no.
Don't shout like that.
How
what
are
a
you?
wag you are, eh?
What's a
You
wag?
always
What's a
come
wagger?
here
You probably
and
noticed
play
at home
tricks
how,
on us.
how you have to reach for the volume control just slightly, just to
Hi
edge it down a
guys,
little
it's
bit.
me. Yes, you've missed me, but I'm back here on Superstore. I'm going to do a dance now, so I'll probably cut to 3, which is the wide shot or something. And there it is. Yes, what morning would be complete without LGH? Yes, folks, that's me.
Keep
Bread,
going.
chocolate.
Okay, hey,
That's
what?
a really
Yeah,
good. That's a really good example to set for the
That's
for the
you.
boys and the girls.
That's for you, that.
Thanks a
But
lot.
you can leave a
ordered, isn't
chocolate
it?
biscuit alone.
Okay, what's going on then, Reedy? You
We're
tell
coming
me.
over here for the prize picks. Over there.
Oh, the tubes that
To
always
the
work.
tubes, the tubes.
It always happens when you press the buttons for
And
these
now,
things.
we'd like an impression before you pick each one. The first one is the Cliff Richard bargain. Exactly like it. Right, Cliff's bargain. Cliff's bargain is here. I'm going to have to raise my voice just a little. In time, there is a character. In time, there is a character
Some
played.
bloke up there going.
In time, there was a character played by Sir Laurence Olivier. What was the character's name? The answer is
And the winner is.
Oh, that was mine.
Yes, I was going to go.
He'll be lying down in a moment. Don't worry. He'll be resting in a moment.
Peter Kennedy, 23 Wolseley Street, Blackburn, Lancs.
Right.
So Peter Kennedy, some great goodies come to you, whatever they are.
I'll hold on to that one, otherwise you'll lose it. Nick Kershaw bargain. Nick Kershaw impression quickly.
I won't let the sun go down on me.
In which video? Yes. It's the Basil Brush question. In which video, apart from Live Aid, did he wear the shirt that he was giving away? The answer is Don Quixote.
Don Quixote.
Well,
Props go
Look
mad,
at all
you know,
these
when they see this.
amazing letters in here. This is the total defoliation of the Amazonian rainforest. And we might just find an answer amongst all these amazing missives. Mike Weed.
Okay, Nick Kershaw wore the shirt in the video of Don Quixote. Melanie Crouch, 63B. Camera 1 going, oh no. Melanie Crouch, 63B, Festing Grove, South Sea, Hants.
Well done to you. You and all the Nick Kershaw goodies, and you had Lenny Henry as well if you misbehaved. Gotcha. The top 10 parrot is at number 5 on the charts. It's You Can Call Me Al by Paul Simon. What's the name of the famous singer-songwriter partner with whom he has many hits? The answer is Art Garfunkel.
And the winner is Bright Eyes,
Man, what's up, Doc?
Burning. Hang on.
They won't come down.
This is a really stupid prop, this is, guys. Who spent half an hour making this one?
There you go.
So how you going, Charlie? Oh, you want a hip pick thing? Well, we'll just knock up a bit of wood here. Look at that. It won't work,
That's
but
it.
we'll paint it a few colours. It'll look lovely.
Oh, that's not.
The answer to the... I love this Greene. The answer to...
Hello.
Shut up! The answer to the Paul Simon question is Art Garfunkel, the guy with the big forehead. Jamie Metcalf, 40 Churchview, Kilmarsh, near Sheffield. There you go.
We're trying to not do some calls with Lenny Henry. However, there may be a few 01811 8055 if you want to chat to Lenny a bit later on. If you don't, ignore the number completely. And now it's time to go over to... Yeah! Now it's time to go over to Vicky in the computer room.
Wow, Vicky Licorish, my favourite name.
I can't look. Oh, I've never seen the light. Oh, I'm so flustered now. Oh, now let's calm down here. Calm down here, folks.
Follow
Now,
that, if you can.
For those of you who watched the title sequence on this crazy program of ours, I'm sure you know that the titles are created by computer graphics. And for all of you at home that have got home video games, I'm sure you know as well about the graphics on those. They're very interesting to watch, but they're not very, very sophisticated. Now, with me now is Fred Harris from Micro Live with news of an amazing computer animation festival.
Yes, at Wembley this week we had an animation festival and there were entries from all over the world, and it's quite astonishing what they're doing with computers these days. They're very big, very powerful computers, but they're doing all kinds of things that a few years ago you just couldn't do. Here's a for instance. Now this one so impressed the judges they gave it an award even though it wasn't entered for the competition. This is from a Japanese company, and it's what they call a show reel, different images from different things they've produced.
That's amazing.
Now just look at all the detail in that. Now look at the reflections there. Now, a few years ago you couldn't have done that.
Yeah.
Just remember that there are something like, oh I don't know, a million or more dots on that screen. Look at the way the light catches that.
That is amazing.
Absolutely terrific.
Incredible.
Now, the computer has to do calculations for every single one of those dots across the screen.
Yeah.
And so that's millions upon millions upon millions of calculations. Now, look at the way that... now this, I love this.
Amazing.
Look at the water underneath. Now, that is very new, and so is this. The way that the light comes through that. Terrific. That could be real water, couldn't it?
It could.
But this couldn't be real. Wonderful.
That's just a million miles away, isn't it, from the sort of graphics that you'd see on video games.
That's right. Now this is all so complicated, and it takes a very long time, even for a powerful computer.
It's a whole fantasy world. The possibilities are endless.
That's right. And the great thing is that it's now becoming possible. In the old days, you had to be a computer scientist to be able to create things like that.
Yeah.
Well, you couldn't have done it quite like that. But nowadays, it's becoming simple enough for graphic designers and artistic people, non-scientific people, creative people to be
So
able
it
to
really
use it.
is an art form of the future, possibly.
Immense,
Useful.
yes.
Now, the thing is, those computers must be very, very powerful. But how long would something like this take?
Well, that's the problem. You see, there are so many calculations involved for the computer that even with a powerful computer, it would take something like maybe half an hour to create one frame, and you need 50 frames per second to make it look real, to make it look smooth.
So it's a really long time.
Yes, well, I'll give you for instance, there was one company in London which left their computer running over a 9-day Christmas break just to produce 4 seconds of animation. Think about that. Very expensive.
But
very
presumably
time-consuming.
it will speed up as
It will, certainly.
development,
In
yeah.
fact, already there are speedy ways of doing animation. There's what's called real-time animation, which happens there and then. We've got another clip coming up now. This is something which is used for flight simulation. It's a pilot's eye view.
Oh, so it has a practical use.
This,
computer
very
animation.
practical, yes. Now, it hasn't got quite the detail of what we saw a moment ago, but that's pretty good. That's every bit as good as a pilot would need,
That looks like an actual landscape.
doesn't it? Lovely, that. Now, remember that each one of these frames, and there are 50 frames reaching you every second, is being created as it happens.
In real time.
in
So you
real
can
time.
actually land that plane.
You can actually sit at the controls and do all that.
So
now you can see, I mean, if you look at the back of that truck, it's not quite round. There were little square edges
But I
on
mean,
it and so on.
compared to what there was before, that is an incredible degree
very,
of
very
high-resolution
good,
graphics, isn't it?
It's very
So actually,
good.
in fact, it has a practical use. I mean, you could use it for driving tests, presumably, in the future,
Certainly.
creating an
And
environment.
although most of the uses for that kind of animation now are for fun, it's also starting to be used in medicine. For example, I heard the other day that you can now do brain scans, stereo brain scans. If somebody's got a brain tumour or something, you can now do stereo brain scans, model it on a computer, and the surgeon can say, that's where I need to go.
So
That's
you
where I need
actually
to
use
make
a
the
scan, and then that transmits itself to the computer that creates an actual 3D image.
on the
of
screen.
what's
It's a
going
kind
on.
of 3D image. It's
That's
flat
extraordinary,
because it's
but
on
you
the screen,
can-
but you can spin it round and you can look at it and decide how you're going to operate and
So you can
so on.
actually manipulate the image as well and see what the possibilities are.
That's right, that's
That is
right.
incredible. Now, obviously, all these things are done on very, very powerful computers.
Yes.
Is there anything at all for people with just an 8-bit average home computer?
Well, there is. You can certainly make a start. You'll not get anything nearly as fantastic
No,
as that.
sure not.
Have a look at this. This is not a bad start. This was something I was handed last night as I left the Micro Live studio.
Now, what's this called?
Well, this is called Pizzazz, and this is one of the demonstrations of it. Now, remember that everything you're seeing here, you could create at home yourself on your home micro. That skeleton, you can make him up, you can make the animation do what you like.
Now, this
you can
graphic
create
is
the
much more
background.
like the sort of thing you'd get with a game, but you can actually control it.
That's right. It's the limitations of the home micro, in fact, rather than the limitations of the software. But it's very nice. Do you want to see another one?
Yes, what else?
Right. Okay. Well, let's go through to another. We'll have oh, I know, street scene here. Again, it's a little dance. Come on, hurry up.
Here they come. Oh, and there's the scene. Oh,
Bit of break
break
dancing.
dancing. Lovely. And again, you can control the break dancer.
That's right, yes. You set up the animations and you control everything, the background. You can even write the music yourself. So for the price of this package, which it's not terribly expensive, you've got a graphics package, you've got an animation package, you've got a music package.
Now, is this easy to find? Is this in those shops?
That is the big problem. This is the pack here. It's called Pizzazz, as I said, but you won't find it on the shelves. You've got to ask for it. In fact, there's a clue. It's by a firm called ASK, so ask for ask. No, that really is very good, and it's only about £14. It's available for the BBC, obviously,
Right.
but also for the Commodore and the Amstrad and the Spectrum.
So most of the home computer
Most
market
of the
is bad.
popular home
Well, that's
markets,
amazing. I
yeah.
mean, I'm sure with the current rate of progress that it won't be long before we can be doing our own kind of mini pop
Well,
videos and things.
I do hope so,
brilliant.
because I'd love to be able to create some of those images. Wouldn't they
It's
fantastic?
fantastic. Speaking of pop videos, are you going to be joining us on the pop panel later?
If I may, yes, please.
Wonderful. So see you again soon.
Thank you, Vicky.
And now, for all you computer whiz kids at home, here's the top 10 computer games Gallup microscope chart. Here it is.
At number 10, a new entry, Pub Games. Down from 7 to 9, Dragon's Lair. Down from 3 to number 8, Trivial Pursuits. Up from 12 to 7, Ninja. And up to number 6, Ninja Master. Up from 8 to number 5, Speed King. And down from 3 to 4, Thrust. Down from 2 to 3, Druids. At number 2, a brand new entry, Light Force. And still at number 1, Paperboy.
Wonderful graphics. Those ones were quite good too, but the ones before that were brilliant. Got some great letters here. Here's one from Emma Whitworth. She comes from Chelmsford in Essex. Dear Mike and Co, last week you were talking about people with funny names. Well, my mum's name before she was married was Leg, and her first name is Peg.
Peg leg.
Peg Leg, and she has a brother called Arthur. Arthur Leg.
Half a leg. We had a letter from the Hawkins family in Newport in Gwent. I think a sort out recently, and they found this old pop mag. They said, have a look at that on page 7
Thomas
there.
doesn't look old to me.
Oh, I know. Here we are. It's Here is the magazine.
And
But the greatest thing is,
if you go in really close, this is really cruel now, but just have a look. Look at that there.
not only that, but have a look at these lyrics. Here it is. The song was called, that he had out at the time.
Sing that song.
You tell me. Aha, eat your heart out. One day, Thomasino, when the piper comes to call.
Listen to these words though. One day we'll live in a plastic bag, it says in here. That's what it says.
And we'll honeymoon on Mars.
Yes. Have you quite finished upstairs? Eh? Well, I'll tell you, I didn't know anything about that. That was
Did
when
you
I
know
was...
anything about it when you made it?
No. I was at stage school at the time. Get a song now. No. I'm saving my voice for...
Oh, come on, Crow. Is that enough stick? Is that enough rock this morning, Crow? Leave him alone.
We are down in the warehouse. Lenny's with us, of course. We're going to play What's the Missing Word. This is going to be sheer hell, I can guarantee it. Yes, there he goes. He's off.
Come on.
OK.
What's that missing word? Let's
Playing
go.
the tune. Yes, well, listen, I wrote it down on the card so you wouldn't get it wrong. OK,
big
let's go for
letters.
the lines. We go for line 1. Pick up a phone. Who's there?
Paul Heverson.
OK, what do you think it could be?
Down.
What?
Down.
Wrong.
Right, line 2. Who's there?
Barry.
Hello, Barry. What do you think it could be?
Is it hanging?
Wrong.
You don't have to be so loud. Line 3. Who's there?
Charlotte.
Go on, Charlotte.
Sky.
Hooray! Well done.
Charlotte got it right. Charlotte got it right. Charlotte got it right.
Yes. Well done. One of our Superstore frisbees on its way to you. Have we got time for one more, do you reckon? Yes, play him another tune. No, we haven't. I'll tell you what we have got, though. We've got the postcard one coming up a little bit later.
Really well organised, this programme.
I know that people...
It's the best. Time down to the utmost second. Everybody knows what's happening.
I know there's people dying to get through on the phone. But we'll have one for you at home, a letter writing and postcard one in a little while. Okay. But in the meantime, we see you in action, don't we?
Yes, yeah. This is from the 5th episode of my TV series called What a Country. And it was the period piece in black and white where Desmond King, the young immigrant, comes to Great Britain and has to explain himself to numerous people. This lady being one of them.
What's it like in Africa?
I don't know. I haven't been there for 200 years. I come from the West Indies.
Oh, it's the same thing, isn't it? What's what they taught us at school?
It's funny. I've been taught the name of every monarch, every prime minister, and every battle there ever was in England. How come you know so little about my country?
Well, I'll start learning now. What would you be doing right this minute in the West Indies?
Sleeping. It's only 7 o'clock in the morning.
All right. Dinner time, then?
Sleeping? And then I'd eat a fresh mango and go swimming in the Caribbean Sea. Then I'd come out and dry off in the hot sunshine. And then I'd stroll to work.
So what do you want to come to a place like Dudley for?
Because you ain't got no sharks round here.
I thought that was the funniest things I've seen on television this year. That particular half hour was brilliant. More of Lenny Henry later. Howard Jones back with us. What makes you laugh hard on TV?
Well, it's certainly people like Lenny Henry. I love the kind of, you know, the comic strip people.
Yeah. Pale. They kept pinning it in the wrong
I like
place.
Tigger. The wonderful thing about Tiggers is Tiggers are wonderful things. Sorry, it's lovely. But you're never too old to get into it because, in fact, I was introduced to Winnie the Pooh at college when my friends used to call me Piglet, and I thought, you know, what's this? Why am I being called Piglet? And gradually, one by one, they'd buy me a book each, and I got the entire set when I was at college. It's really
lovely because they're one of those things. They're nice to sort of reread.
That's right.
You know. Anyway, it's Pooh celebrating his birthday, and you can take part in Pooh's birthday celebrations this Monday, in fact, the 20th at 10 o'clock at London Zoo in Regent's Park. Now, admission to you, if you're under 16 and you take with you a bear, is absolutely free. But there is a problem. You do have to take an adult who has to pay. So that's the rules of the game. You can go and join in the celebrations. You must take an adult with you who's got to pay. If you're under 16 and you're taking a bear, admission is absolutely free. A bear, a bear. Have you noticed this? I've got a bear behind. The first time ever on telly.
No. And there'll be celebrity bears there as well, won't
yes,
they?
The Queen Mother's has got her favourite bear.
Michael Jackson sent his favourite
Duchess
bear.
of York. Michael Jackson's?
Yeah, Michael Jackson's.
Oh, that's going to be a good day, isn't it?
Now, however, if you can't come to London, we're organising our own competition at Superstore, a bargain, where you can win these Winnie the Pooh books. Now, all you have to do to win these books is answer this question. Winnie the Pooh books are well known for their lovely illustrations. Who was the artist? They're well known for their illustrations. Who was the artist? Answers on a postcard as usual to Saturday Superstore, BBC Television, London, West 12, 8.
The whole of this leaflet from the Department of Trade. It's called How to Run a Fireworks Display Safely.
Right, well, let's see any points on the phones now. Let's who's waiting to talk to us. Hello? Hello, who's this? Hello, Rosemary, Connor.
Hello?
Hello, Rosemary. What's your point to Noel Craven?
Well, I think that the fireworks should only be on display per things instead of being sold, because around my area I know a boy of 13 who's using fireworks, and it's just driving my dog potty. It's gone from 4 o'clock in the afternoon to about 10, 11 o'clock at night.
What, setting fireworks up all the time?
Yes, and it's driving my dog's potty.
Right, no.
This is exactly what we've been hearing now for the past 2 weeks. Fireworks, you know, were only supposed to go on sale this week, and yet we know they've been on sale, in fact, since early October, even late September.
And they're only supposed to be sold to people over 16.
Over 16, so in fact there's been a lot of problems with this, and we've had a lot of mailbag, people phoning up as well, telling us, you know, that children have got hold of fireworks, they're letting them off all over the place. And I think it proves again the kind of free-for-all syndrome that we have in this country, you know, where our regulations are just not tough enough, and therefore children can and do get hold of fireworks in shops.
So you want them banned in shops, Rosemary, do you?
Yes,
Fine.
and they should only have, like, cards to prove that they're old enough or something if they are in shops.
Is that possible now?
Yes, I think that's very interesting. I mean, we advocated one time they should only be sold either in gun shops or directly from the local authorities or the firework manufacturers. At present, in fact, people buy them directly from the firework manufacturers in display cases. But I think, yes, they should be out of ordinary shops because, after all, you don't sell an explosive in a toy shop or a sweet shop. It's completely the wrong psychology.
Well, thank you, Rosemary, for your point. So let's move on now to Lisa Hughes. Hello, Lisa.
What?
Where are you ringing us from?
Bolton.
Right, and what's your point to Noel Tobin?
Well, I think that they should be banned from shops and they should be organised because the organisers can get bigger and better fireworks and there's no chance of people getting hurt.
That's right. I mean, there again, Lisa, they should be banned from the shops because that's how 95% of the injuries take place every year. And I entirely agree with you. And I hope that the politicians are watching here this morning because, you know, they've been notorious in ignoring this problem, ignoring child injuries every year. And I hope they go back to the House of Commons and do something about this when the House starts again next week.
Well, thank you, Lisa. Karen Kelly is calling us now. Hello, Karen.
Hello?
Where are you from?
New Cross.
Right, and what's your point?
I think fireworks should be banned because around my school, people throw fireworks into the playground and I think someone could get hurt.
It's stopping people getting the fireworks. No, that's the problem, isn't it?
Karen, and this is absolutely right. I mean, every year, the shop fireworks, they attract basically the kids and they use them for throwing at each other, you know, not for legitimate purposes. And I think, yes, this is something we've got to do something about it. We've got to do something about it now.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you for your call. And let's Vicky over in the coffee shop there. You've got some points from some of our
comments here. Flora, you're against the motion, aren't you? You're against the banning of fireworks.
Yes.
Why is that?
Because I like the community that it gives, and I feel that if you could, say, rent somebody who's okay with fireworks, then they could do it for you and you'd have no problem with having danger.
Right, but you don't think that children should be stopped entirely from buying?
I think children should be stopped. I think we should just have people who have a certificate saying we're allowed to rent them.
Right, right. And Fiona, you're for the banning, aren't you? Why is that?
Well, I think there ought to be, because I think they're really dangerous, and there ought to be little cards, you know, that companies have, so that they can put on, you know, special big firework displays.
Right, right. But you're in favour of organised displays, are you, rather than doing it at home? So we've had lots of opinions for and against the idea of banning, John.
Right, thank you. And Noel, a good idea to get certificates to prove that you're safe enough to hold a fireworks show?
Yes, I think so. I think we discussed the licensing scheme earlier, and I think this would be a very simple way, in fact, of organisers getting hold of fireworks and putting on properly organised displays. And the training scheme is most important. That's got to come as well. We've got to have proper training facilities. Can I mention, in fact, that we started a competition last year called the Beverley Pentland Fireworks Safety Certificate of Merit. It's to improve safety and standards of excellence at organised firework displays. And any organiser, in fact, who's watching, if they want to enter for this certificate, please let us know how you organise your firework display this year, and perhaps we can award you with one of these certificates. There are several organisations we will be awarding with the certificate this year, so I hope that the organisers...
putting on a good show that's safe.
A really good show that's safe, and that's what we all want in the end.
Let's have the result of our televote now, Noel. Now, the question that we put to everybody who phoned up the store this morning was this one: should the sale of fireworks in shops be banned? And this is the result of our poll this morning. Yes, say 51%. It's very narrow, isn't it? 51% say yes, all fireworks should be banned from sale in shops. No, 44%, so that means that 5% of all our voters didn't really have an opinion about it, but what's your comment on that?
I find it very interesting. It is a narrow majority, as you say, but I think, we have a great deal of work to do still. I think we've got to get that message around the country, what 1,000 injuries really means for 1 year, and probably 10,000 over 10 years, what it actually means of a firework injury, the worst kind of injury you can incur, a concentrated burn, a chemical burn, and the trauma of that injury, which carries on. I mean, I know some children who were injured 2 years ago, and it goes on, and they're still feeling it, and the mental anguish and the pain that they feel and that their parents feel, it's just not worth it in the end.
Well, Noel, thank you for joining us this morning. Let's hope that this year's bonfire night is much, much safer than last year's. Now, it's time to join the pop panel, see what fireworks Mike and his team have got in store for us on the music front.
Oh, we got a real sparkler for you here, John. Hello, there go the guys. You've got the tea and the toast there. Come on, bring it in. Oh, good. We've been actually loaded down with toast.
Smack it in there.
And the tea, great stuff. While you're sorting that out, we get our panel assembled here. This is the first video this morning. This is Big Audio Dynamite. And come on, every beatbox.
Thank you, Lenny. This one I like, just in case he's there. No, I think this. I'd like to have seen it on Top of the Pops because I'd like to see what happens at the end of that. It looks as though it's going to move somewhere. Nothing happened in that little clip, but yeah, I like it.
The Pops was good because they kept cutting to him, which I quite liked, and then back to the video.
It's all very slick, very slick. I think it could have been slightly more moody than it was, so I'll give it 4 instead of 5.
Could have turned the lights down for you. Right, 4 out of 5. Simon.
I wasn't that fond of that one. The best thing I could say about it is that it fits the song, I suppose. I'm not really fond of that kind of music. It seems to be a bit sterile, very expensive and glossy, but it didn't move me. I'll give that 2.
Okay, Heidi.
Yeah, I really like it. I really like Paul Hardcastle, so I'll give it 5.
5 for you for that one. Hi, Jones.
Well, the only thing is that I only saw a very short part of it. I would like to see all of it because obviously all those little bits of stairs and the girl and the water, and it all has some kind of significance. It comes together at the end.
We're trying to work out what it is, but there is some significance.
So, I mean, I kind of, without having done that, I mean, it's very glossy. I'll give it 4.
4 for you. Right, Derek.
I liked it. I liked how they kept putting the stairways in the graphics, so I'll give it 5.
5 for you, eh? You're pondering, Julian?
Well, I thought it was very clever and high-tech. The little bit we saw didn't really hold my interest. But I guess it's never easy when there's no lip-syncing for Paul Hardcastle to do because it's an instrumental. So I'll give it 3.
3 for you. Isabel?
Yeah, I quite liked it. I liked the bit with the staircase. I wasn't quite sure about the woman with the bandages all over her, but say about
Mummy,
3.
yeah?
The mummy, yeah. 3.
3 for you. And the man with the hands.
Give. Sorry, that's another work that I was working on with Paul Hardcastle, and he said that he's going to come and burn my house down if I don't give this a really good plug. But it's very weird with instrumentals because there's unless you're on a dance floor, you can't really react to it the way. Do you know what I mean? I mean, there's nothing really to. There's no voice.
You could have danced.
Well, yeah, I suppose so, but it's very difficult to sort of put visuals to it because you're not actually being. There's no words, and with that, what they've done is they've put a story on it, and it's good because I've seen the whole thing, and it's very excitingly done. So for the video, sort of 3.5, but I don't know.
Tending which way?
In sort of
towards 4 or 3.
To 4, really. I'll say 3 because I think they could have used Paul better. I think he should be the focus of the story and not the mummy.
Maybe he'll just burn your garage down though.
Oh,
Don,
no.
you can't vote. But what about a comment from you?
Why can't I?
Because you can't. It's not fair. Because you didn't vote on your own.
My one's great.
There'll be an inbound.
My one's great.
Can't vote on your one.
Didn't like the music. I thought the video was pretty cool though. It had some dynamics. It's all right.
Okay, and the score for that one is 29. Big Audio Dynamite still on 35. Here comes the final one. This is Cutting Crew and Been in Love Before. And after this, we'll have the votes out of 5.
Break.
Just one touch, just one move, a dangerous dance. One small word can make me feel like running away. You can say you're in it now until you reach the limit. I've been in love before. I've been in love before. The hardest part is when you're in it. I've been in love before. I've been in love before.
Cutting Crew and Been in Love Before. A non-voting comment from Don Letts. What about that, John?
From me?
Yeah.
Rubbish. I hate that. It does nothing to me. Leaves me totally cold. No, folks.
Good job
Anybody
you got
who
one.
likes it's going to get shot. Anybody who says anything good about that's going to get shot. Right, Lenny?
Yeah.
That's very reasonable, Don.
Yeah.
Go on, Don.
Yeah.
Open up a bit.
I like a fair man.
Be generous. I mean, great name for a band though, the Cutting Crew. They sound like 16-year-old black Harlemites. Hey, we're going to cut it up. But what they actually do is sing really nice sort of AOR sort of love songs. I think performance videos are, unless they're really, really exciting, they can
Really?
really exciting. They can be a bit dull, and that one was a bit sort of dull, with lots of unexploded fireworks going off.
So how many grape nuts did that grapple?
One.
One. Isabel?
Oh, I didn't like it either. I thought it was a bit cliched, and it reminded me a bit of that...
Cliché, that's the word we'll use today.
Right. It was like that advert where the bloke comes on with a box of chocolates, the castle and things. I didn't really like it much. 2.
Julian?
Well, I thought it was going to be a Lloyd's Bank commercial after that black horse at the front. I don't really like those type of performance videos in an abstract setting, but I'm sure it will be very successful in America on MTV. I think they'll have a hit with
But how many for a video here?
2.
2 for you, Derek?
Not really my kind of music. I didn't like it at all. So 2.
I hope they're not watching. We'll be back under the covers in a minute. Howard, I wangled my way into a soft seat here.
Well, I just think that that people really don't make videos like that anymore. It's like an old style of video. I think people want people to make videos now that are an art form in themselves and that have new, really kind of very energetic new ideas. I don't think people want to see like commercials for songs anymore.
I think that the American TV companies demand a performance. They need to see the band playing the guitars before they're convinced that they can actually play. You know?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of really great ways to do that as well. I don't even think that MTV would particularly like this, to be honest.
Problem is, a lot of new bands haven't got the money to make really classy
but if
videos.
you've got a video camera and an edit switch, you can do anything.
Yeah,
can't
you can. It's costing less and less now to make great videos. It is.
So how many do you think?
3.
3 for you, Heidi.
I like the song, but I don't like the video. I give it 2.
2 for you, right, Simon?
Yeah, it must have cost a lot of money. It seems to me to be a missed opportunity for a group to go out there and do something with no ideas in it. That was a really boring video.
Especially off the back of
I'd
the
like
big
to be
hit.
nice about it, you know, I'll give it 2, but I think that was a missed opportunity.
Right. Okay, Fred.
I wouldn't know what you do with a song like that, actually. I mean, it was a nice, clean sound, but I can imagine that song in 5 years' time on the Perry Como Christmas show. It just, do you know what I mean?
Was Perry Como getting a show?
It looks like the Perry Como Christmas show.
Yes, it did a bit. So
I'm
I
sure
won't
the
be
group
guessing
will
on
be
the
delighted to know their record will be on the Perry Como show. How
well,
many
not
do
the
you?
group, only Perry singing that. I can just see it. Oh, 2. Let me cold.
So we have 16 for Cutting Crew, 29 for Paul Hardcastle, and 35 for Big Audio Dynamite.
Woo!
The audience is going mad here. Absolutely wild. In a moment, we have calls to Lenny Henry. Can you stand it? In the meantime, here are Keith and Sarah in the warehouse.
What's this, Keith?
The phone is booked.
Oh, no.
It's bugged.
Oh, no.
They can hear every word we're saying. Yes, you can, can't you? Good news.
Our phones are bugged too.
Yeah.
Well, in 2 weeks' time, we start off our special feature called Growing Pains, where we try and sort out... Some of that breakfast.
More than likely.
Those guides and scouts have been cooking up, I think. Now, about growing pains. If you have any problems, write and tell us. You can write in complete confidence. We won't mention your name. And write to Growing Pains, Saturday Superstore, BBC TV, London W12 8QT. Now, we're going to be talking about bullying, first of all. But if anything else, it could be not getting on with your parents, boyfriend problems, girlfriend problems, spots, short legs, overweight, whatever it is, write and tell us about it.
You looked at me when you said that.
I did not. The short legs bit.
Yes.
Well, I've got short legs too. Anyway, I'm afraid we can't answer every letter individually, but we'll be trying to deal with as many as we can actually here on Superstore.
Lovely. And OK, this is not a phone call one, it's a postcard one only. It's what's the word? So play it, Crow. Have a listen to this. What do you think's missing?